I got. Oh my god. You're stupid. You're stupid boy. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elaina. Привет! I'm a Russian-American makeup and beauty addict. I usually do reviews and tutorials on Mondays and Wednesdays, and on Fridays I do fabulous drag looks because Fridays are a drag. In today's video, we're doing a comparison video, which I love a good comparison. I got Profusion palette in PR. Thank you so much, Profusion. This is a beautiful Marigold palette. Looks like this. Look at him doing this on one eye. And the Melt Cosmetics Amor y Mariposas on the other eye. They both look very similar. Profusion is bigger, but the color story is all very similar. So you're gonna be looking at this and guessing which eye is which. So if you guys are interested to see how they compare, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell so YouTube notifies you of all new videos I upload. I upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and also go live almost every Monday. So follow me on social media, all the links are down below, as well as my Patreon group. So like, comment, subscribe, it's good for the algorithm. And let's get right into this video. So Profusion noticed me on Instagram, and they've been liking my stuff and they followed me, and I'm like, oh, who, me? Thank you. I'm like so excited because I'm a big Profusion fan. I have like a lot of stuff by Profusion. My collection is huge. I have face products, I have eyeshadow palettes, like almost all of the eyeshadow palettes. I love them. So they sent me a couple of things in PR. They asked me what I wanted, and I said I wanted this palette without even thinking that it reminds me of the Melt $70 Amor y Mariposas palette. We all know what it looks like. That was a treat for me for Christmas. I got the whole collection. It is beautiful and everything, but this is $70 and this Marigold is $15. I mean, there are more colors here too, like hello. So Profusion came up with a 35 color palette. It looks like this, and this is $15. Like I said, it has like glitters in it. Obviously Melt doesn't have glitter in it, and this is the comparison. So there's some subtle differences, as you can see. Profusion has less depth, unfortunately, but it's very bright. This one has more deeper shades, but overall, as you can see, I'm gonna show you the swatches on my arm. You'll see they're very similar. So this one, Melt is only 20 shades, Profusion is 35, so you get like a lot for $15. You'll know how much I love Profusion, so I'm very excited. Also, they sent me this I Defy Long Lasting Liquid Eyeliner and eyeliner pencil, which I have not used yet. They're blue. And they sent me Wing It super fine eyeliner in black. We're going to be using this today. And also the lip trio, the soft matte cream. This is from Euphoria collection. We use this lipsticks, and also they sent me eyelashes, which I did not use today because they're very small. They're really great. You all know I love drag and I do drag, so they would be really good for lower bottom lashes or for everyday, a little trip to a grocery store. But for the videos I do Amazon lashes. So let's do this. Let me zoom in. So there you have it. One eye is done with Profusion and one eye is done with Melt. So take a guess and leave me a comment below before you start watching. So we're gonna compare the $70 palette versus the $15 palette. So let's get right into this. So these are both palettes. Yes, I put them on the floor because it's really dark and rainy in LA today, and I can't use the daylight. And the rest of my room is messy, so there you have it. They do look very similar. What strikes immediately is the more depth in Amor Mariposas and less depth in Profusion, but the colors are so similar. I'm gonna show you swatches on my arm. Alright, so I found some white wool here. So these are the greens. The top is Amor y Mariposas, the bottom is Profusion. So as you can see, Profusion tones are slightly different, but there is similarities. The shimmer, the first one, does not have a shimmer, so Profusion is glitter. The neutrals are like almost identical, and the brights and the warms are really similar. One shimmer doesn't have a match, so I put glitter in there. Couple of dark tones, they don't have much at all. I just could not find a match. And here we have yet another glitter, because I just didn't have a match. But overall, I mean, it's very similar. Again, the top is the Melt and the bottom is Profusion. So I got two sets of brushes, those exact the same brushes from Dress Up. I have two sets, and I have two palettes sitting in front of me. I mean, you've seen it in the intro probably. There you go. Profusion definitely has more range, but the point is to see the dupes. The dupes. So I'm gonna try to use as many colors as possible, as usual. Not necessarily it's gonna be a pretty look, but we'll try to make it a pretty look. So I'm gonna try with the greens first. The greens are not exactly the same. I feel like Profusion greens are warmer, so I'm going to start with these two greens. I'm gonna try to use Profusion two greens and make it matchy. And I'm gonna start with the Amor Mariposas in the inner corner. I mean, this is dark. Profusion is probably lighter, I kind of assume. So I'm gonna go to Guamuchil Sentimentos over it just a little bit. Yeah, these are both very dark. And I'm going to Mensaje to blend into the warm side. So this is gonna be a warm side. I'm just gonna do a regular dual look. One side is warm, one side is cool. I'm just using still the same brush, kind of dipping between the colors to create a good blend. So on this side, we're gonna go with these greens, 1, 2, and 3. I pretty much ended up using all 3 greens in the other palette. And this color is very matchy to the yellow, like a mustard yellow. I really like this yellow more, but you know, Amor Mariposas does not have that kind of yellow. And they probably should have. They should have put that kind of yellow in there instead of those little neutral brown colors. Who cares? I always poop on neutrals. Anyway, let's try this. So this green is very different. Actually, not very different. It's pretty dark. I would say Amor Mariposas, the melted green is darker, but you know, it's comparable. Very similar mustardy yellow. I would say Profusion is even more bright and pigmented than Melt Cosmetics. Yeah, definitely brighter. So I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit with a lighter yellow in Profusion. Alright, we're gonna try to blend this with Abuelita. So Abuelita and maybe then Perla. And this, to me, they look very similar to these two colors. These have no names. I think they do have names, but I already threw away the insert. This and this one. Yeah, it's called Hectic and Slice. Huh, they do have names. Look at that. I never pay attention. Attention? Who? We don't know her. So we're gonna go to the melt side first. I'm gonna use the same brush, just up 231. Abuelita first. Let's see how this is gonna blend. So that's Perla and Abuelita blended together. I put the darker one a little lower. Okay, let's go to the other side. I'm going to use the same brush, but we're gonna go for this and this in Profusion. They look like they could be a little bit lighter, but we shall find out. The swatches look very similar. Yeah, they actually do look similar. Like I said in the beginning, the trouble here is the deep colors, because in Profusion there's only one and it doesn't really quite match. It has kind of matches like a couple of colors in the palette, so we're gonna use this for Profusion, and most likely Maria or Nueva Vida. Maybe I'll just blend them together. It kind of looks like either or, but it doesn't really look like both of them. So we're going to use a small gesso brush, 223. I think I'm gonna go in between the two here. So let's try to get all the depth we can get from Profusion shade. There's only one shade. Let's hold the fingers crossed. I didn't really have that high of opinion like of this palette. I mean, Melt palette, I like it, but I just been so hyped. Like I heard so many great things about Melt, so I was kind of expected it to be like more than it was. I guess, I don't know. It was nice, but I expected it to be spectacular. So for the low lash line, I want to make it more purple. I know purples are not quite the match, but I'm going to try to use this color here, which is the only purple that matches Almohada. So we're gonna use Almohada on this side. And fingers crossed again, it's gonna work. I'm using a small gesso brush. This is Gesso 237. Okay, let's try the Profusion side. It's the same size brush, and I'm gonna go for that purple. Yeah, it's a little lighter. Definitely, Melt has depth, but the good thing about the Profusion palette, it has more brightness, and all of the shades that are not as deep as Melt, they're like pop in your face, so kind of a pop more. So I guess there is some advantage to this. Okay, so what happened here? Here we have beautiful shimmers in the green, but they're very dark and they're kind of cool toned. Here we have beautiful green shimmers. Actually, I like better because when I put shimmer on the lid, I want it to be popping and lighter than the majority of my lid. So I actually prefer shimmers that's lighter. So I actually like these from Profusion. I didn't swatch it in the intro in the beginning of this video, but these greenish shimmers are way more attractive to me. But since we don't have that, the matching shimmers are this one and this one. So we're gonna go with the warm toned shimmers, and it's gonna correspond to Tequila and Mesquite, these two. So we shall layer, we shall see how close we can get with the shimmers. I mean, obviously Melt shimmers are buttery. They're like exceptional. I cut my crease with the same P. Louise base, by the way. So the brush I'm using is Gesso 233. I forgot to mention it. Yeah, it's very similar. Okay, so here we got two eyes. One Profusion and one Melt Amor y Mariposas. And this is called Marigold, by the way, if you've been wondering. I never named it, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so far, I mean, obviously you can see the Melt has more vibrancy, just a little more. Profusion is still vibrant AF, but you can see more here. But I mean, for the price, the comparison, the two, they're almost identical, so I would say it's a good dupe. So let me finish my face makeup, and we're gonna talk about how they compare. I'm still gonna use the new Profusion eyeliner that they sent me in PR, and also the new Euphoria Glam matte lip set. So once I get to eyeliner, I'm gonna show you. I'm curious myself. I don't think I ever tried Profusion eyeliner, so we shall see. I've done my base with Profusion for primer, Profusion foundation, and other products. I did use Melt blush palette with Amor y Mariposas, because that blush palette is like goes with everything so well, even with Profusion side. So now we're gonna test this Winged super fine eyeliner. I am impressed. I already did this eye. It looks like this. Well, I used Profusion brow pen on my brows. It kind of looks almost identical in packaging, except that the brow has a little thicker tip and the eyeliner has way thinner tip. See? Yeah, so there's a big difference. I kind of wish the brow liner was this thin, but you know, it does the job. So we're gonna do the wing. It's perfect to create that fine wing eyeliner, especially because these eyeshadow palettes don't have any black eyeshadow, so I really want to wing the eyeliner. Okay, the eyeliner went very smoothly, very nice. It's very waterproof, I can feel. It's like it dries immediately and has a little bit of shine to it. Other than that, I love it. I mean, I like matte eyeliners obviously, but this is real nice. So I'll line my lips with Melt lip liner from the same collection, the color Corazon. I was hoping it's gonna be more brownish, but you know, it fits. So here are the samples of all three matte lip creams. I thought they're matte lipsticks, but they're matte lip cream. So there's a neutral, there is like a peachy color, I guess, and there is more of a reddish. They kind of go with the look, all of them. I think I might do that a little ombre moment, the darker and the lighter in the middle, because it goes with the theme. They definitely do not dry on the lips because they're soft matte lip cream, so they might turn matte, but from my experience, they don't really dry. So this definitely matches lip liner. So this is a finished look. As you can see from the close-up, it came out pretty identical. You can tell the Melt, but a little more vibrancy here. Profusion is smoothly blended, beautiful, very vibrant as well. So it is a good dupe. There are some color differences, but overall it has the same feel. It has the same kind of color story, so, and also it has a lot of extras, which we did not use today. It has all these glitters. And look at this yellow glitter. I mean, this is like, oh my god, it has like an orange and green in it. I cannot wait to use this glitter. If I just used this glitter, Profusion would have been like a win. But, you know, overall, it's a very, very similar color story. See? So, I'm very happy with it. I could use this Profusion palette over and over. Obviously, I love Profusion. And thank you so much for sending this over. This is a great, great little palette. The only thing I wish I had a black, but you know, I always wish I had a black. I did put the graphic liner in my lower lash line just a little bit to kind of like connect it and frame it together. And I did set my lips with powder eyeshadow. Just a little bit of warmth and a little bit of this copper. And just to make it a little more matte. I love to do that when a lipstick is a cream matte. It's nice, but I like to set it. I added a little bit of Melt gel liner in gold from the same collection, just in the crease, just to make it a little more special on both sides, obviously. And what else? Yeah, the highlighter is just a regular highlighter. The inner corner, I put Zoepa. I have a gold highlighter. That's what I use on the inner corner. And a little bit on the cheeks as well. The blush from Melt, it melted with eyeshadow, with both sides actually perfectly. So what do you guys think? Did we achieve the resemblance? I'm very happy with the palette as usual. Marigold, it looks beautiful. The colors are beautiful. Everything's pigmented. Everything is blends. And reminds you of course, the Melt Cosmetics palette. So leave me a comment below, let me know what you think, and like this video if you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up, and do please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and also go live on some Mondays. So follow me on social media, all the links are down in the description box, as well as my Patreon group. As usual, huge thank you to all my patrons. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me in my channel. I love you guys and thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!